Good evening, Hopewell friends and meeting. This is Pastor Mike coming to you from the Bible study tonight. Video tonight. Of course, there's not going to be any video picture of me because my hair is falling out because of the chemotherapy. And when we get there, I don't have Greg won't let me wear my Yankee hat. So I got to find me another hat to wear as I get here. But anyway, we're still doing therapy, and I'll be here at least a couple more days. And with the chemotherapy early next week. They've changed it to early next week. So continue prayers. Thank you so much for praying for me and my family. Thank you so much, Hopewell friends, for showing up Sunday afternoon at the hospital to greet me. The people were so impressed around here. The church loved their pastor so much that they did that for him. And I agree. Thank you so much for showing up here and showing me your love by being here with me and my family. I want to go back. We started doing some of this stuff, some of the Bible studies and questions people had. I want to go back to one that Becky Boker had on chapter 11 of John. You remember Jesus with his disciples, and Mary and Martha and some of the people come and tell Jesus, not Mary and Martha, but some of the friends of Jesus, Lazarus come to tell Jesus that he's died. He's really sick and dying. And Jesus, says, okay, and he hangs around a couple more days. He doesn't seem to be in a hurry, to get back. So as he is heading back toward there, his sisters are not very happy with him because, they say, we believe that you're the Messiah, Son of the living God. You could have prevented this. He could have lived if you had just come when we asked you to come. So, Jesus reminds them that he is the Son of God. I'm the Messiah. Do you believe this? You see, he's trying to get across to them, but do you really believe who I am? I spent all this time with you. I love you. I love your brother. I love you. And do you really believe that I'm the Messiah? You're saying that you believe it, but do you believe it? And so Jesus, had some, it seems like fairly stern words for her there. Do you believe who you say I am? And if you did, you know that your brother will live again. He will live again. And it's not just the live again that we're talking about right now in this world. We're talking about living again with God, eternal life. You see, Jesus has already indicated he is the Son of God, and that Lazarus will live with him in eternity. He'll live again. But what disappointed Jesus, I believe, more than anything, was the fact that they were having a hard time, but him being the Messiah, that he could actually make Lazarus live even now in the present. You see? And so Jesus was trying to get across to them, I am the Messiah of this world and that world. Now, Satan may run ramshot through this whole thing, but I am still the Son of God. If you believe that, you believe that your brother will live again in this world, and he'll also live in the next world with God. Now, one of the things that Jesus had to tell them plainly, because they still weren't getting it, is this: Lazarus is dead. He tells them plainly. Verses 11 through 15 of chapter 11. He says, this is our friend Lazarus asleep, but I go that I may wake him up. Then the disciples said to him, Lord, if he sleeps, he will get well. However, Jesus spoke of his death, but he thought he was speaking about taking a rest and sleep. Jesus said to them plainly, Lazarus is dead, and I'm glad for your sakes that I was not here, that you may believe. Nevertheless, let us go to him. So Jesus is trying to make a point to them. that Lazarus will live in this life and the next. He said, I'm trying to make a point here to you so that you'll believe me. You know, you believe on the Messiah of the other side, but what about here? The things I've been able to do, things you've been able to see me do, the miracles, the ones who've been, healed. So Jesus is trying to get across to him that Lazarus is dead. But what Jesus does, he does for the glory of God. And in all things we need to do, we should the glory of God. No matter what we're going through or what we're happening right now, we do for the glory of God. It may be very hard, but it's what we must do. So when Jesus calls Lazarus forth from the grave, you know what's going in the back of the minds of the Pharisees and Sadducees? You see, they've been looking for this perfect place to grab him, to stone him. But now they've wasted it, because now they've seen Lazarus come up from the grave. It will make Jesus even more powerful, makes his words more powerful than ever before. And they're not going to be able to grab him. The crowd will not let him be grabbed by the Romans and by the Sadducees and Pharisees, all of them. And so they now have to find a way to discredit what Jesus has done with Lazarus. This is what they said. Everyone will believe in him, and the Romans will come and take away our place. It is expedient that it is expedient that one man should die for his people, and not that the whole nation should perish. See, they were worried about their nation perishing because of Jesus was a big hypocrite. But what they didn't realize was the truth, that Jesus died. He was going to die for the whole nation. And then it said at the end, therefore, Jesus no longer walked openly among the Jews. That was the last straw for the Pharisees and Sadducees. From then on, whenever they tried to find him, where they found him, they were going to try to persecute him and kill him. So Jesus took a big step coming up to Bethany. This is just before Holy Week. Took a big step coming up there, knowing his life would be in danger. But because he needed to show them that he was the Messiah, he needed them to believe that he was the Messiah, he was willing to come up and take that risk, because now is the time for him to stand up for his nation and die on the cross for all of us. Becky, I hope you've answered your question tonight about Lazarus and Jesus. We all need to take that stand that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. It's hard with the world pushing around us, trying to tell us that he's not. But we do all this for the glory of God, not for ourselves, but for the glory of God. Thank you, guys. Have a great night.